This video is going to show you how to clean out your coop and make compost, plus make your coop smell so much better.
Step one is to get everything out of the way. So now everything is easy to sweep out and clean thoroughly. Everything in here will be emptied out. Step two is to get rid of any of the soiled bedding. Shovel out anything that's wet, dirty, and cannot be reused. Everything else will be swept into the runner. Here is one of my compost buckets. I'll put this directly into the compost. Here's my compost. It's just an old trash can that has a few holes in it and would be trash anyway. So I'm just gonna put all my chicken waste and bedding, all the soiled, dirty stuff in the compost. Sweep or rake the rest of the bedding into the runner. Anything that you find that's soiled, put it in the compost. But as long as it's not soiled or dirty, it can go directly into the runner and make good soil out there. And it's good for them in the winter as well. Now the coop is all cleaned out. We shoveled out all the waste and put it in the compost, and anything that was clean, we swept it into the runner to be spread out in there later. And that will also make good compost and be good for the chickens in the winter. One thing that I like to do in any wet areas where I have their water containers, I'll put an old feed bag to prevent any moisture from getting on the floor of the coop. Also, it makes it a lot easier to clean. And if it gets frozen, you can still rip it up and clean it that way. But also, it's free. This is basically a free tarp that you'd be throwing away anyway. So before putting down bedding, I put a little bit of limestone on the floor in the dry areas. Don't put it anywhere where it might get wet. This will help with the ammonia smell. And just use it very sparingly on the floor of the coop in only the dry areas, especially where they roost. I'll put it in where the hens will lay their eggs, but just a tiny bit before the bedding. And now it's time to put down the bedding. I'm going to use some fine shavings. A bear actually helped us open this, so that's fun. I ripped it open, trying to get into our coop a couple nights ago. But I recommend using the finer shavings because it spreads better, it makes better compost, it breaks down easier, and it has just a better coverage and it absorbs more. So I will just put this all over the areas that they roost. I don't really need to put it where I put the tarp, so you can save yourself some shaving there. Don't put it in the wet areas. Only put it where they need it. Dried leaves make the best bedding and compost, plus they're free. So use them in your coop and your runner whenever available. Now on top of the bedding, I'm going to use some food grade diatomaceous earth. I'm not going to use a lot of it. It helps keep down mites and other parasites. I'm just going to sprinkle it lightly over the bedding. And again, don't put it in the wet areas. It doesn't work if it gets wet. And don't use a lot. It can cause more dust. And there is some controversy if this is dangerous for your birds, but in a small amount, it is usually safe. I've never had a problem with it. I've been using it for years, but again, I use it sparingly. And I kind of mix it in with the bedding, and it helps keep down mites and other lice and other parasites. Another thing that can help with odors is using some natural wood ash. This is only wood ash from a fire pit. Doesn't have anything else in it. You don't want anything that could be toxic. And again, you want to use this very sparingly and only in dry areas. It really does help with absorbing odors, especially that ammonia smell, but it can be dangerous if it gets wet. So we're going to only use a little bit of it, and we're going to mix it in with the other bedding. We're going to use a little bit of peat moss to help balance out the wood ash. Wood ash is a very basic, whereas peat moss is acidic. So it just helps balance it out a little bit. It makes it a little bit more safe, and also it's a good substrate for absorbing some of the moisture, and it's natural. It'll make better compost. Another way to help with the odors in your coop is to put up fresh mint or herbs. This is just some fresh mint, and I'm going to hang it up. So I'm going to use this GrubTerra Chicken Coop Refresher. It's just vermiculite and essential oils, so it's safe for your pet and your compost. This one smells like rosemary and thyme, and it's really strong, and it's easy to just kind of sprinkle it around, and it already makes it smell a lot better in here. So again, you don't get that punch in your face kind of smell as soon as you open the coop in the morning or come out of work, especially in the winter. It's really bad. It also might even help absorb some of the odors and moisture. We also have this solar vent that helps with smells as well. Getting fresh air into the coop is essential, especially during colder times and in the summer. Okay, this is my coop all cleaned up and smelling a lot better. It smells like rosemary and thyme in here with a hint of mint, which is so much better than the ammonia smell that was here before. It's long gone. This will last for a few months if I clean it up daily, doing spot cleaning. And this will make a better compost with the peat moss and the ash mixed in. The ash really helps give calcium and potassium. Here's the coop all cleaned up. It looks pretty much the same, but it smells so much better. It actually smells good. It smells like mint and rosemary and thyme. This bedding will make great compost. In my coop, I like to give my chickens lots of places to hide because we know we have a bear that's gotten into the coop. We have raccoons around that like to try to sneak in here as well. But I put boards up in the back so I have places to hide. I leave this chair in here because this chair actually saved our chickens' lives because they started nesting underneath it. And everything is cleaned up and smelling good, getting ready for the colder weather.
Give safe food waste to your chickens whenever possible, and compost what they don't eat. Here are some tips for making great compost out of your chicken waste and food waste.
Chicken manure is high in nitrogen, so it needs to be balanced with carbon-rich materials like pine shavings or leaves. Maintain a mix of about 1 part manure to 2 to 3 parts bedding. Keep the compost moist and turn it regularly to maintain heat around 130 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit, which kills pathogens. After 3 to 6 months, it becomes safe, nutrient-rich compost for gardens.
Every time you put new compost in, turn your compost. The bugs and larvae in your compost help make better compost. Chickens love the bugs in your compost, so let them pick through the compost before you put it in your garden. Chickens also love eating dried soldier fly larvae. Enjoy! Please share your own tips.